Yep. Check J, 2.
All right, just want to say happy birthday to Bluesfest, happy 25th, and thanks for thinking of me to be here to celebrate with you. Thanks a lot. Baby, you hardly even notice when I try to show you this song is meant to keep you from doing what you're supposed to, like waking up too early. Maybe we could sleep in. I'll make you banana pancakes, pretend like it's the weekend right now. And we could pretend it all the time. But can't you see that it's just raining? There ain't no need to go outside. I've been to Australia quite a few times before I ever came here for music, just to shoot surf films. And we had come through this area a couple of times, just real briefly, and kind of all the way down the coast and down to Bells and different places throughout the years doing the camera work. That was really fun. So got to experience that a lot of times. And then I remember one time flying in, and it was the first time I ever had to write on the little sheet. When it said occupation, I had to put musician down, and it felt really weird to be coming to Australia and putting musician instead of filmmaker.
Yeah.
Or student. We usually put student so you wouldn't really have to declare anything, you know. But yeah, so then we got here and we came out to play the Blues and Roots Festival, and it was definitely the best reaction we ever had from a crowd. And I don't say that in every town that I do an interview in. It's just, I've actually said that in different places in the world, because it truly was. We'd played little clubs everywhere, and we got here and just played to probably 5-6 times the crowd we'd ever played to when we played here at the Bluesfest. And it, yeah, it just blew our minds. And then, so anytime we've ever gotten an invite back, we've basically taken it. And then even times I'm not invited, I just come back. My family and I, we like to come down and hang out in this part of Australia. And so we've been around, I think when Ben Harper was playing one year and I jumped up, did some songs with him. I snuck in with the Animal Liberation Orchestra and for half their set one year. I've jumped up there with some different bands, Michael Franti and Spearhead. And yeah, just, I'm always trying to sneak in even when I'm not on the bill around here. And so my point is, I mean, the connection I have here is, this is basically, it's playing to friends, you know? It's like having a whole tent full of friends out there. And I felt that the first time I played here. People really welcomed me like a family, because I wasn't used to being on a stage like that. And I'm sure they could sense it. I was quiet, I hardly talked between the songs, but they still were supporting me like family. Yeah, I get nervous. I mean, not the way I was probably nervous before that show, because there's that thing where you're not sure you can even do it, you know. Now we've done it enough that I'll still get nerves, but I know we're gonna do it. I mean, even the worst mistakes I've ever made, because I'll forget lyrics all the time, it doesn't really ruin a show. It's just a passing moment, and sometimes it even kind of breaks the ice and we have a laugh, and it's... So now I don't really get nervous anymore in that sense, but I do get the excited energy. Still get, you know, you want to have good shows, and so I get those nerves that are important to have. I think as soon as you stop getting nervous before a show, you've probably done too many. And now it's been 6 records or 7 records, and we just, you know, feel really lucky every time we get to keep playing music live. It feels good.
And a few of those albums you made at your home studio.
Yeah, pretty much
is
all.
That an ongoing operation?
Yeah, the newest one we did, we call it a studio, make it sound fancy. It's basically a 2-car garage. We gave it a name, the Mango Tree, make it sound like a real thing. My brother and I basically put up a few walls inside. We put up an interior wall so that we wouldn't bug the neighbors too much. And one of my neighbors works on cars a lot too, so we wouldn't hear him working on the cars from the inside. And the first record, we didn't have the studio. The first record kind of afforded us to build that one. And then all the records since, we've done at least part of it there. Most of them we've done 100% at that in the garage. But there's one record called Sleep Through the Static. We did half of it in LA and then half back to home.
Journalists, of course, like to put labels on music, and the terms that come out with your music are soft rock or folk music. Do you ever think about how to define it? How would you?
I think barbecue music is the best description I've heard. I didn't come up with it, but That made me really proud. And it's funny because like most people, when I've said that, they think that's some kind of an insult or something. Barbecue music, but I like it, I don't know. Like the kind of music you put on at a barbecue, to me that's all my favorite music, whether it's Bob Marley or Ben Harper or Greg Brown or whoever it is. That's the barbecue time, that's the biggest honor to me. So I've been labeled as barbecue music a few times, I like that.
Could be worse, I think that's fine.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And what about filmmaking? You know, made quite a few surf films now.
Yeah.
Do you want to continue doing that, or
think
even expand into, you know, other kind of filmmaking?
Yeah, I don't really want to do anything else. At one time, I studied film. That's what I went to university for, and I kind of had these ideas that I would get more into it. And I started doing the surf films. I saw them as being the first step in getting some experience in nature documentaries. I kind of thought, this would be a good way to maybe get a job with National Geographic someday, you know, be able to use this on my reel. And then Ben Harper invited me out on tour, and it all kind of took off from there. And I never really went back to doing the filmmaking full time. I've helped with a few friends' projects, and every time I do a music video, it's a chance for us to get to goof around with the cameras again. But now I'm seeing my kids are getting into surfing, so I could kind of see it'd be nice because I wouldn't have to carry all the gear. You know, that was like one of the hardest parts, the big Pelican cases and the tripod over the shoulder. So now I can make my little Groms carry the gear around, maybe go back to making surf films, because they're getting really into surfing. So
And they're into surfing, but are they into music as well?
Yeah, they are. They like playing guitar and drum. We got a drum set in the living room. They like making noise. I don't know if I call it music yet, but they like banging around and stuff for sure.
Well, you know, it seems to a lot of people that you have a perfect life. You go surfing, you make music, you got your family, you live in Hawaii.
Sure, yeah.
It's all good, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, nobody's got a perfect life, but I definitely, you know, I love the life that we've settled into. It's similar to my parents, you know, and the way they lived. Besides the part about having to get on a stage in front of a lot of people, my dad would always trip out on that. He's like, "You sure you want to do that? That seems crazy." And he's probably right, you know. But as far as spending most of my time surfing, I've been able to keep the music kind of a hobby, as silly as it sounds. I mean, especially sitting here with cameras in front of me and everything. But it's it still is something that I just get to do for fun. And so I feel, yeah, it's been pretty nice. It's a good balance. I don't mind.
And any ambitions outside of the music business?
No, I went well beyond any ambitions I ever had back in 2003, probably. And so at this point, I just feel lucky that we get to keep on doing it.
And what's next for you?
We're gonna go back to Hawaii in a couple of days and be home for about a month. And then we're gonna go to across the States and over to Europe for some tour on the same album. And then that touring cycle will be done basically, and just go back to Hawaii and yeah, get back to school drop-offs and all that kind of stuff.
And back to Bluesfest at some point?
Yeah, at some point. I'm sure I'll be back here, as long as they invite me, you know.
Well, pleasure to talk to you, Jack. Thanks
yeah,
very
likewise.
much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Baby, you hardly even notice when I try to show you this song is meant to keep you doing what you're supposed to, like waking up too early. Maybe we could sleep in and make your banana pancakes, pretend like it's the weekend right now. We could pretend it all the time. Can't you see that it's just raining? There ain't no need to go outside. Ain't no need, ain't no need. Rain all day and I really don't mind. There you go. Happy birthday. Thanks.
Now it's got Ryan.
Oh, I know.
Where's the barbecue?
Yeah, that's right.
Cool, man. That's
Get it
awesome.
started. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
I'm cool.
All right, thanks, man. You got that? Thank you.